In the previous episode of the Kaiserslautern Career Mode, we signed US men's national team player and Champions League goal scorer Tyler Adams. After progressing to our furthest stage in the Pokal, we were defeated in the semi-final to Hoffenheim. We had a strong end to the season, beating some quality sides and managing to secure a top half of the table finish. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Flick here. Welcome back to another episode of our FIFA 20 Kaiserslautern Career Mode. This is episode number 9, where we'll be commencing our second season in the Bundesliga. But with every episode comes new questions from the comment section, so let's begin our first press conference of season 5. As far as expectations go, I'm looking to build off our strong start that we had in the Bundesliga last season, finishing in 9th place. Realistically, I'd like to qualify for Europe next season. And I think that is a realistic expectation because we've beaten sides that have finished 5th or 6th in the Bundesliga. I mean, we showed it against Schalke in the final gameplay match of last episode, so I don't see any reason why we can't do it. Moreover, our squad is only going to keep getting better as we make new signings, and our younger players also continue to increase in their overall. But today's episode will mark the first video of our new upload schedule, where we're uploading on Thursdays and Sundays. Again, I can't thank you all enough for the support you're showing for this series, especially this late in FIFA 20. It is very much appreciated. In order to structure these episodes the way that I want them to, they do rely heavily on your comments and engagement throughout this series. So really, a massive thank you for the support you guys are showing on the channel, and I cannot wait to finish this series strong and also push on for more career modes in FIFA 21. If you'd like to support the channel, a like on the video goes a long way towards the YouTube algorithm. And also subscribe if you are new around here or haven't yet subscribed, so that way you don't miss out on future uploads. In addition to that, I have links to all my socials as well as my Discord and Patreon page, where I plan on posting a lot of other content outside of this stuff on YouTube. But without further ado, let's push on with this Kaiserslautern Career Mode and get underway with Season 5. While my personal primary objective is to qualify for Europe this season, the board has its own set of objectives, and to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the youth development objective they've set out. I don't see us signing 4 players and playing them in 20 matches if we're going to achieve any sort of domestic success. So I'm pretty much going to not pay attention to this sort of objective at all. Maybe we'll sell off a couple of our youth academy players and meet the long-term part of this objective. For brand exposure, we need to keep trying to increase our season ticket sales. Financially, we've already met this objective within 1 season, even though they gave us 3 years to do so. And finally, domestically, the board has become a little bit more strict here. They want us to reach the round of 16 for the Pokal and finish mid-table in the Bundesliga. I think we can meet those objectives because we've done them in previous seasons. Just like we've done every season prior, we will be upgrading our 2 icons, starting with Balak. He'll be staying at the same overall rating, but we will be upgrading his statistics from his baby icon status to his mid icon, so getting a little bit more pace and a little bit less shooting. It's going to be the same sort of thing for Klose. His overall rating will stay exactly the same just because of how his player growth went last season, but we're going from his baby icon to his mid icon status, and to be honest, his upgrade is pretty significant. He's getting pretty much an upgrade in every single category, and considering he was already our top scorer last season, I'm expecting some more big results from Klose. As far as transfers go, there's really only one position I'm looking to improve, and that is to sign a replacement center back for Sven Bender. We did, of course, sign him on a pre-contract deal a season ago. However, his overall rating is going to keep going down, and he is retiring at the end of the year, so we're definitely going to need to make an upgrade in the defense. With that said, we do have a couple of youth academy center backs that are quickly rising through the ranks. However, I think they need 1 more season to develop and be ready for substitute or first team football. So if we can make a signing that can eventually transition to a rotational player, I think that'll be ideal. As far as our budget goes, we have about 30 million to work with. The board is very generous with how much funds they're giving us for a mid-table side. We can do a lot with 30 million. And I want to do something a little bit different this season for the transfers. I did set up a global transfer network, which is a feature that isn't too often used in career mode, but I do like it in some situations like this one. We'll be looking for a center back first team quality between the ages of 20 to 27, and I did set up a network in some common countries that players move to the Bundesliga from. For example, we set up a network in Germany, Austria, Belgium, Japan, and the United States. Despite our efforts to try to find a player from another country, we did turn back to the Bundesliga and sign a player from Hamburg in Kim Min Jae. According to Wikipedia, his nickname is Monster, which is pretty cool for a center back, but anyways, he must have made the move to Hamburg a couple of seasons ago from Beijing. I like this move because we did pay significantly more than his market value. We had to pay 16 million for him, and for a newly promoted side like Hamburg, I think 60 million will go a long way in helping them stay up in the Bundesliga this year, so this works out for both parties. To make up for the large transfer fee, the contract negotiations went really well. We signed him as an important first-team player to a 3-year deal and only 30 grand a week, which is much less than the signings we made in previous seasons. I did also look for any good release clause deals as well as the free agents tab, and the game keeps on gifting us with really promising and usable free agents. We have Leonardo Lasso here, a 4-star skill move, 5-star weak foot, right wing / left wing, from Argentina. Looks like an amazing player. While he only has a 68 overall, he does have an exciting prospect status, and if you look at his stats breakdown, I think we can easily train him up and improve that overall rating if we just work on his shooting as well as his passing. It's been a few episodes since we last had a significant player lead the club, and that's only going to continue here as no players depart the club in the summer. But with the arrival of Kim Min-jae, I did want to take the time to refresh some of our squad numbers. I gave Kim Min-jae the number 2, and then we've given Lammers the number 9. I feel like he fits that build and that number pretty well. And as a result, because Weyler was our previous number 9, we gave him the number 10. I am still optimistic that we can find a couple more promising Youth Academy players. And if you missed the last episode, from here on out, we're just going to be looking for any type of player. And if anyone good comes up, that's perfect. But this episode's network will be predominantly in North America as we're sending scouts out to Mexico, Canada, and Germany. It's finally time to expand to 3 separate player training slots. The first slot going to our first teamers in Bella Kochup, Adams, Smits, Boom, and Weyler. Up next is our future first team players. We'll be training Lang, Preu, Siegmund, Mathis, and Mikkel. Finally, I wanted to find some space to develop our goalkeepers. Graf really hasn't grown much in the last few seasons, so we'll try to boost that a little bit through player training. We're also working on a new Youth Academy goalkeeper in Langer, as well as our new free agent signing Lasso. I'm not sure what went down in the 2001-2002 season, but there were some huge transfers that happened during the summer of 2001. We'll start with Ronaldinho making the move to PSG for 5 million. Lampard will begin his lengthy Chelsea career as he made the move for 17.6 million. Nakata joined Parma for 31.24 million. Van Nistelrooy left for Manchester United for 31.35 million. Veron also joined the Red Devils for 46.86 million. Potentially the most controversial move of this transfer window was Sol Campbell leaving Spurs for rivals Arsenal on a free transfer. Inzaghi joined Milan for 39.77 million. Nedved made a big money move to Juventus for 49.5 million, but that is only to be topped by Zidane as he joined Real Madrid for 85.25 million. Costa left for Milan for 45.45 million. Petit had a short 1-season spell at Barcelona before he left for Chelsea for 12.65 million. Van der Sar joined Fulham for 11.33 million. Schmeichel has made his way back to the Premier League as he joined Aston Villa on a free. Our final icon update will be another free transfer as Blanc joined Manchester United. But with those updates complete, we are ready to begin season 5 of this career mode. Our squad is looking fresh and ready to take on the Bundesliga. Let's see if we can qualify for Europe. Match day 1 of the Bundesliga season has drawn us against a familiar opponent in Borussia Dortmund. Might I remind you, we did manage to defeat them last year. However, they do still have their icon in Jens Lehmann. He's at an 89 overall at 31 years old. In our previous conquest against Dortmund, Haaland was the player to watch. However, for this match, it was Jadon Sancho as he set up a good opportunity there. And then off of this corner kick, you can see he was the corner kick taker. However, he drifts into some good space inside the 18-yard box, eventually receives the pass. Grill makes a good opening save. However, the rebound goes straight back to Sancho, and Dortmund will start off this match with a 1-0 lead. Dortmund's attackers continue to be difficult to defend against as Julian Brandt nearly scores a beautiful goal here off the give and go. However, it was saved well by Grill. He kept us in this match. And then in the 49th minute, we get a great attacking opportunity. Gozen's not necessarily known for his attacking ability, and it shows there with a poor effort. We're trying to hold on to possession here in the 70th minute and play it out of the back. Unfortunately, that ends up costing us as it's a very poor goal to concede, and it was completely my mistake. Usually I blame the game for goalkeeper mistakes, but this one was on me. It's certainly difficult to bounce back after conceding that sort of goal. However, we were trying our best here as we approach the end of the match, and Green is through. However, I think his lack of playtime was showing there. He doesn't even manage to get the effort on target, and Dortmund will start off their Bundesliga campaign with a 2-0 victory. We'll need to improve from here. Our gameplay matches won't be getting any easier as we have RB Leipzig up next, and let me tell you, the squad they've managed to build is something else. I think that this game will also have extra significance for Tyler Adams, as of course Leipzig is his former side, and they didn't exactly have a lot of faith in him, not renewing his contract and allowing us to pick him up on a pre-contract deal. It's worked out in our favor as he's been super impressive in his first few matches. But we get off to a great start here as Lammers nets our first goal after some great build-up play. The fact that Lammers is comfortable with both of his feet really opens up a lot of attacking opportunities for us. But with the upgrades that Ballack has had to his shooting statistics, I've been trying to net a long shot goal. We nearly get it there, but Rulli makes an incredible save to his right. I'll admit that Leipzig didn't have the best first half. This pass from Pogba was probably their best attacking opportunity, but Grill's quick off his line and quick to start the counterattack for us. This is how I typically start most of my counters, just trying to hold on to possession and get the ball forward as quickly as possible, as we'll work the ball out wide to Gozens, eventually playing it back into Lammers. Some quick one-touch passing between our attackers. Just needed the finishing piece from Schmitz, but we'll have another opportunity here in the 43rd minute, just before the halftime break, as Boehm, utilizing some of those drag backs, again with the quick one-touch passes, and Schmitz this time will bury the opportunity, making it 2-0 for us in the 44th minute. Transitioning to the second half, we'll work the ball again out wide, this time to Boehm as he plays a beautiful through ball to Klose. I expected him to do better with that opportunity, but to be fair, really had a pretty nice game despite conceding a few goals. But this right side of Leipzig, I don't know what was going on with them. Maybe they were trying to push players forward and equalize, but that did not help them at all, as Schmitz will bag a brace and makes it 3-0 for us in the 60th minute. The match was pretty much done and dusted at this point, but that won't stop us from trying to push on and score a fourth goal. Especially after losing to Dortmund, I wanted to get a big result here against Leipzig, show that we can still be a superior side in the Bundesliga. And while we didn't get the fourth goal, we still managed to hold on to the clean sheet, which I think counts for something. And a 3-0 result I will take every single day of the week, showing that we can beat some of these top-level Bundesliga sides. It's been a few episodes since we last had a derby match. We'll change that by traveling to the Opel Arena to take on Mainz. And considering we had just defeated Leipzig 3-0, our squad was full of confidence, especially Ballack still trying to net that long shot goal. Unfortunately, it won't be happening here, but it does secure ourselves a corner kick. We've had a few of these go our way, and we will again here, netting the first goal of the match in the 13th minute. However, once we take a look at the instant replay, you'll see how strange this goal was. It was credited to Ramirez, but to me, that looks like Klose was completely involved in that goal. It's not the worst thing that Ramirez was credited with that goal. To be fair, he hasn't scored a lot in this series, so maybe that'll help boost his confidence, but we'll need to push on after conceding that goal in the 31st minute to Bentaleb. However, it was a corner kick for Mainz in the 40th, and this one sort of bounces around to one of their players. Grill just couldn't get enough on it to stop that one from going in. And it's an unfortunate goal to concede, but maybe that makes up for the fact that we scored a strange goal, and this is a strange goal of Mainz's. But one thing I'll say, as this squad has gotten used to each other's build-up play, we've had some brilliant counterattacks, and we'll do it again here. Klose playing through Boehm. Of course, he's got the pace to outrun these defenders, just has to finish this chance, and that he will on his preferred right foot, making it 2-2 going into the halftime break. And I can only hope that Boehm's overall will rise over the next few seasons. I just love how he plays in game. His overall is still slightly lower, and he's not progressing at the same rate that Schmitz is, but he still contributes to the team, just like from that assist, as Lammers makes it 3-2 for us in the 72nd. Even though we conceded a couple of early goals and eventually went down 2-1, I felt like we were always in this match, and that's the mentality you need to have for these sort of derbies. We'll walk out of Mainz with the full 3 points, and that'll definitely help our chances for trying to secure European competitions next season. With all the league matches that we played in this episode, I almost forgot we have the Pokal to consider. We did win our first round against Paderborn 5-1, and in round 3, we were matched up against Darmstadt, who currently play in the Zweite Bundesliga. As per usual, our Pokal team selection is heavily influenced by our young players that are growing into the squad. We have Bender there at the central center back for a little bit of experience, and we're also including Lasso at the right wing position, getting his first debut for Kaiserslautern. But we definitely can't underestimate these sides that are in the lower leagues. We had a close run-in against, I think it was Würzburg in Season 4, and we don't know how this Darmstadt squad might play. But we did start off this match on a positive note as Klose and Green link up. I decided to start Green at the center attack in mid position because I want to have him involved in the squad in some way, shape, or form. He was one of our first major transfers in this career mode after all. Unfortunately, his finishing in this match and even in this episode has been really inconsistent. I don't know if that's due to a lack of playtime or he just doesn't have the overall rating anymore, but That led to an eventual goal for Darmstadt, as they'll make it 1-0 early on. Obviously, that's not the way you want to start the match, and to make matters worse, Darmstadt seemed to be playing with a lot of confidence. I don't know if it was the fact that they were up 1-0 early, but they just showed so much tenacity. They won the ball back inside our 18 and made it 2-0 within a few more minutes. I knew at this point we may be in trouble. It just seemed like our defense was not playing the way they were in previous fixtures, and I decided to make some changes at the break, taking off Green for Schmitz and bringing on Boehm at the right wing position. To be fair, we seem to generate more attacking chances after making those substitutions, but this Darmstadt keeper, he was my man of the match because he pulled off save after save. Here, Whaler plays through Klose inside the 18. He nearly gets the shot off, but the defender puts in a good tackle. This time, Whaler just gets bodied. That's not going to be a foul. Things were just not going our way. Here in the 82nd minute, this is probably our last chance to maybe get a goal and turn things around. Boom, through, except it is another save from the goalkeeper. And I just knew at this point things were not going to go our way. We were not going to win this match. As we roll the last highlight, I just want to mention that while I try to advance as far as possible in the Pokal, I think it is good that some of the sides that are in the lower leagues do end up upsetting us, because we were that squad at one point. Now that we're in the Bundesliga, we're no longer the underdogs, and it is always nice to see these lower teams make good runs in the Pokal. So I wish Darmstadt the best, and maybe they can make a nice run in the Deutsche Pokal. While it's unfortunate that we've been knocked out of the Pokal, it may be for the better because we're holding our own right now in the league. There's an 8-point gap between us and 7th place Frankfurt, and if we do finish in either the 5th or 6th position, we will qualify for the Europa League next year. With that said, I know it's a long shot, but Champions League is not out of the picture. Dortmund are 6 points ahead of us. If we can have some results go our way, maybe beat Dortmund in the second half of the season, we may find ourselves in the Champions League next year. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves and focus on where we're at right now. As far as top goal contributions go, Ballack is leading the way, Klose in second with 7 goals, and then Lammers and Schmitz both with 6 goals. Moving on to the assist category, some impressive stuff from Klose, Schmitz, and Ballack. They are leading the way with 4 assists each. There's been some turnover this year as to which one of our players is growing the quickest. Langer and Pereyu leading the way, both of them 2 new youth academy signings, and then Lasso doing really well as expected, going from a 68 to a 71 overall. That's really promising for a 17-year-old. Also, Sem Schmitz, very impressive from him as he's gone up to an 87 overall. With that information in mind, this is how our squad looks going into the second half of Season 5. You can disregard the injury to Bela Kochup. He's returning from a pretty lengthy injury, and I decided to include him for the starting 11 because he'll be back in no time. But if there are any positions you think we should improve for the next half of the season to ensure that we can qualify for Europe, let me know in the comments section below. But if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to y'all again soon.